All right, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. The beach is that way. Mountain. Train the muscles, not the joints. All right, not that beach, this beach, the other beach up there. I'm going to the other beach. Sorry, sometimes my arms get confused and they lose their sense of direction. Mountain. All right, so before I go to the other beach, let's just talk about something. First of all, welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what is a bro split. Now, I had a debate with a guy named Mr. Bong on PlayStation. Super nice dude. Like I said before, does a great Peter Griffin impression. But he was basically talking about one of the days that he trained just 2 body parts. And I said, oh, that's a bro split. And then him and I started to get into a debate about what is a bro split, because some people think a bro split is just training 1 body part per training session. So just biceps or just triceps or just shoulders. But I looked it up on Google and I was right, Mr. Bong. I was right. Basically, a bro split is if you train 1 to 2 body parts in a session. That's basically it. So it would look a lot like a 4-day split or a 5-day split. That's really what a bro split would look like. Really what it is usually an extreme amount of sets, lots of volume for 1 body part in a session. Now, I'm not against bro splits. I think that for some people, perhaps they're going to produce the most results. And I do think that you hit a different muscle fiber when you really give it a lot of volume and a lot of rest, right? So I do think that it's a different way of stimulating the muscle. And I think it is necessary at some point in your training to investigate the bro split along with the higher frequency training, just because you want to hit all the fibers. That's really bodybuilding, right? You don't want to just get stuck in one. The only time that you want to basically be extreme when it comes down to avoiding certain exercises or certain splits or certain training programs is if they are injuring you. That's the first and foremost thing. If you're getting injured, that's definitely not something that's going to be productive in your bodybuilding career over the long run. So first and foremost, cut that stuff out. You know, anything that injures you cannot be the right thing. But second of all, bro splits are definitely worth investigating. I know they get a lot of bad rap on the internet and everything, but I know that when I was doing a 3-day split back in the day, I was accessing different muscles because I'd be hitting basically I get into some strength endurance because I'd be doing like 12 sets per body part or 9 sets per body part, and I'd be just hitting it hard when I was in there and making sure that it hit absolute fatigue, and then I'd be waiting 3 to 4 days and then training it again. So there is some validity to this. Some people are going to benefit from it more than others. You might be one of these people that benefits, and the only way you're going to know is if you try it. So I am a big advocate of the high frequency training. I think high frequency training is something that you should come back to for a lot of people anyway. But I break my own rules from time to time just to make sure that I'm right, because like I said, there's different muscle fibers that get stimulated depending on the frequency and depending on the volume per workout that you're doing. So yeah, you want to hit them all. Mountain. There you are. All right, we're at the right beach now. So now we can go for a swim. So really what I'm saying is don't get caught up in what is the best split. I find a lot of times people get caught up in what is the best split, or they think they made a mistake because they were doing a different type of program at some point and they got some results from it, but then the results didn't continue, and then they think they somehow made a mistake. Well, the thing is, that's what training programs are supposed to do. You almost stall out on some training programs, and then you need to change it up, or you need to do something different, right? To address a different weak link. It doesn't mean the first split you did was wrong. It just means that you need to change these things up and experiment with different things, because there's no such thing as the wrong training program as much as there is the wrong training program for you right now. Now, I know that's an overgeneralized statement because, yeah, there is some bad workout practices out there that are being perpetuated by some of the buffoons on the internet. But the bottom line is that just because something worked at one point doesn't mean it's the thing that's going to work for you forever. So you want to be open-minded, that's all. So that's where people make a lot of mistakes. And I did that too, because you get results with one training program and then you get a little bit married to it. And then you get a little bit scared to change because you're like, oh, well, this is where I get all my results from. I don't want to lose my results. Well, I find that type of thinking holds you back more so than gets you through those walls or those plateaus. So try 3-day splits, try 4-day splits, and then try the whole body workouts and see which one you like the most, or which one is giving the most results, more importantly. And then stick with that for a period of time. And then once you stall out on that, then go back to something else, right? It's a real interesting sort of thing. Once you start doing that, you start to make more gains, and at the same time, working out is a little bit more fun. Yeah, so I'm not saying that you'll always land on one split as the best program. Like maybe some people 4-day splits best, some people 2-day splits best, some people overall whole body is best. And I found for natural bodybuilders, it seems that a higher frequency, lower amount of volume seems to work best as a general rule, but it's not a rule that applies to everyone. So I'm always open, right? I'm always open to different genetics, different ways that people move. And yeah, I mean, you get people with different body dimensions, they do the exercise differently. It also stands to reason that people with different muscle fiber content, different recuperation abilities, all that kind of stuff will benefit from different types of frequency and volume in workouts. So yeah, the only way I can tell you is the experiment. Start with a template. I have some templates on my website to start with. Some 3-day splits, some 2-day splits, whole body workouts, 3 days a week. But in the end, you're going to have to basically just see which one is the best one right now for you, which one applies the most. And yeah, in the future, maybe another one applies to you more so than the one that you're doing now. Who knows, right? But yeah, I just want you to keep an open mind, right? That's really the thing. Just keep an open mind. And the more open your mind is, the more your potential is for results. Because it's very easy to get stuck into the bodybuilding fanatical thinking. And you see it all the time in the comments, right on this channel too, and other channels, where people are like, oh, this is the only way to grow, this is the only way to gain muscle. And yeah, there's some general absolutes. Like marathon running is not going to give you big legs, that's for sure. But at the same time, there are some ways of manipulating the variables inside a bodybuilding program that will give you the most effective results for you in this moment. So yeah, experiment, man. Be a mountain, don't be a molehill. I just watched the last clip with my hair. It's pretty majestic. My hair is actually pretty majestic right now after going for a swim in that lake. You can see that I may start a hair products or a lookbook channel. How to basically just look pretty all the time. I might start a channel like that. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching. And if you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com. And thanks a lot to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now.